In this how-to video, we'll walk through the integration with Carbon Black. The Easy NAC appliance can use APIs to automatically check different types of servers and then automatically learn what devices can be trusted and also learn what devices may be out of compliance. Then using ARP enforcement, any device not meeting our policy requirements can be easily quarantined or restricted. Let's show you how this integration is done. We'll start this demonstration at the Easy NAC dashboard. And we can see here that there's currently 4 devices on this small little cloud subnet. And let's go ahead and drill down into the Windows machines. And we're going to focus on the Windows 10 machine. Right now we can see there's a device that has full access to the network. This device is indeed has full access, as we can see from his pings are able to go through. Now if we drill down on why he has full access, it's because our policy is that if he's a Windows 10 and he's AD managed, he's going to have full access. But we probably want this to be more secure. We probably also want to make sure he's running some endpoint security. In this case, we want him to make sure he's running Carbon Black. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the policies. I'll come up here to the auto device classification policies, and we'll go ahead and edit this one. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change it so that you have to have both the AD managed flag as well as the AV managed flag. And I'll save that. And we will activate that change. Now once that change is activated, it's going to show up immediately on our dashboard. And we can see there is a device that is being restricted. It's going to be this Windows 10 machine. You can see his pings are timing out. And the reason this course is being restricted is because we changed the policy. So he's now untrusted machine. Now, normally you wouldn't enforce AV compliance until you've turned on the integration. So let's go ahead and do that now. But for demonstration's sake, it can be quite effective. So let's go ahead and turn on the integration with Carbon Black. So I'll go to the Carbon Black dashboard. And what we're going to do is turn on the API. So we're going to go down to the settings and go to API access. Now this is kind of a two-step process. Step 1, we need to set the access levels that our API is going to need. So we'll go to that tab first. Now I've already done this step here, but let me show you the actual settings that were made. So in this particular access, the only thing we need is just one setting for device and general information. So it's this one right here under the category device, general information. We just need read-only access to this data. So that's what's been configured. Now, once that's been configured, we'll go back to the API keys and we'll create one for Easy NAC. So let me go ahead and add a key. Of course, we give it a name. Now, we have to give it custom permissions for our key to work. So we basically specify those permissions that we just reviewed, the Easy NAC permissions, and save that. So now the API key has been created, and there's some important information here that we need to copy over into the Easy NAC dashboard. So we basically have the API ID and the secret key. Let me go ahead and copy this. Now other information we're going to need as well would be the URL, which is up here, and also the org key, which is here. Let's go back to the Easy NAC web management, and I'm going to go to the integration section and click on Carbon Black. Now, I'll turn on the Enable Integration, and I've kind of pre-configured some of this information, but we need to add the API key that we just created. And there's also a secret key that we need to copy in. So go back here and we'll copy that secret key over. And I'll go ahead and save that. Now, one of the things I want to point out, first of all, is that, devices that are rolled in Carbon Black, they're going to be flagged AV managed, which is going to match our policy. So let me go ahead and save that. It'll take a little time, but shortly the access is going to be refreshed. So we'll go back to the main dashboard, and you can see it's still being restricted. So this device is currently still being restricted, but soon he's going to be given full access because he's going to be being managed by Carbon Black. We'll refresh the page, and now we can see the device has full access to the network. If we go back to that Windows 10, we can see indeed he has full access. So that's one way we can make sure the devices that are on our network are trusted. Now, in addition, we also can do compliance checks. So one of the things that we can verify is that the Carbon Black is being updated if it's using signature files, or make sure the user, if they're given the permission, doesn't turn off the protection. So I just turned off the protection here, and this would be detected during the next API call, which would be in a minute or two. This device will get quarantined. So we're waiting for that. Let me show you the policies that we actually have set for compliance. We'll go back to the management screen, and let's go back to the integration. And these are the different conditions that we are currently looking for. So if the user uninstalls the sensor, they're going to be flagged as having no AV. If they just turned on the bypass mode, which is what I did, they're going to be flagged as AV off. Or if the sensor is inactive for any reason, they'll be flagged as AV off. We also can check to make sure the sensor is getting updated, whether or not the device is being quarantined by Carbon Black themselves, and when's the last time that device connected to the cloud server. There's other things that can be checked here as well, like signature files, if you're using the signatures, to make sure those are being updated, and different configurations like on-demand scans and on-access scans and things like that. So those are the settings that are currently being checked. Now we'll go back to the main dashboard. And we can see that there's a device now that has limited access to the network. It's showing up as non-compliant. We can drill down on either one of those and get more details, and we can see it's the Windows 10 machine. And it's being assigned non-compliant. So from the end user's point of view, they can basically get only partial access to the network, maybe only to remediation resources. And their web page will be redirected to tell them what's wrong. In this case, they're being told their AV is in bypass mode. So they'll have to turn that AV back on. Now, if we drill down on why they're not compliant, we can see the policy match. So because he was flagged as having AV off, he was assigned a non-compliant role and given this message in his browser. And that's a short little introduction on how EasyNAC integrates with Carbon Black. Thank you for watching.